So Julie is going to come on and empower you in your growth, talk to you because you're becoming your greatest possible self, yo. Anything I could do to support you on that journey, let's talk. Whether it's training you to be a guest on the 12-hour marathon, helping you get your message out, helping you launch your podcast, giving you clarity, breaking through the BS, the blocks, the limiting beliefs that might be stopping you from being your GPS, let's talk. Would love to help you and support you and remind you how freaking powerful you are. You can find me on Facebook.com/TH3Burns. You can find me on Instagram at IamMillionaireChris and email Chris@BeYourGPS.com. Let's talk and keep growing together. Next is the iTunes review of the week. This week, it's Jen Hudgens. Jen says, love this podcast. This podcast is so motivating. I love the caliber of guests and the energy Chris brings to the show each and every time. Thanks so much, Jen. I appreciate you. If you want to give us a review, go to beyourgps.com/iTunes or search Greatest Possible Self on the iTunes store and you'll find us there. So let's keep on rocking it. Definitely subscribe wherever you get your podcasts and stay up to date on the latest episodes. We release a new one just about every day. So let's keep rocking. Next is this introduction for this powerhouse, Julie. Before that, grab a piece of paper, grab a pen, be ready to take notes, be ready to step into your greatness because this woman is a freaking just like a star. Okay, so stay tuned. And one idea, literally one idea has the power to change your life forever. I know Julie is going to be dropping some fire. So Julie Harris has been inspired to help others live their best lives. Can I get an amen? After a serious illness almost took her husband. Her goal is to empower and educate as many as she can about the dangers of toxic overload in everyday life has fueled her passion for helping those wanting a change so they can take back control of their health and ultimately their lives. And we're blessed to have her here with us today. Julie, are you ready to rock the house, Superwoman?
Hi, yes. Thank you so much. I'm honored to be here. It's
Woo,
so
woo!
great to see you in like the flesh and blood right now.
Right?
It's like,
Right?
phone.
I love it. Yes, it's like the real deal, super connected, and we are going to bring some fire for this audience to help them step into their best lives. The theme today, Julie, is money is blank. So I want to hear your perspective of what does that mean for you? When you hear that, how's that impacted your life? What does that mean for you?
Well, money to me means freedom ultimately because money can mean a lot of different things as far as freedom goes. To some, it could be the freedom of travel. To others, it could be the freedom of releasing financial burden, or maybe giving back more. So money is freedom, and that can just like go over the whole entire world depending on where you're at emotionally, spiritually, and of course financially. So yeah, money has so many amazing things. Money's amazing. Really.
I love it. I love it. I love it. That's gold. Amen. I second that motion, Julie. And let's keep diving in. This is an incredible conversation already. So tell our audience a little bit more about you and who you are and what you stand for. I mentioned it a little bit in your intro, but just tell us to get connected with our audience.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yes. So my name is Julie Harris, and actually I've been in the hospitality industry for about 17 years.
Wow.
That's how I met my wonderful husband. And actually a few years ago in 2015, he was diagnosed with a very rare form of brain cancer. Wow. And we almost lost him for a while. It was a tough few years of treatment and just really, really diving into learning about the cancer industry is what I like to call it because I believe it is an industry, and
it sucks. It sucks that it is, but it is.
And I learned a lot. So like through my journey with my husband, and by the grace of God, he is in remission and cancer free right now.
Yay. Still there, Julie? Testing 1, 2, 3. I feel it. She's coming back. I feel the force. She's coming back. So Julie will definitely be back in just a second. I'm sure her connection is just reconnecting so that we can be our greatest possible selves together. Now you get 2 Chris's. Can the world handle? There we go. We're back.
Oh, sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. So
you just gotta keep rolling with the punches,
that's
right?
right. Oh my God, Julie, I've interviewed 600 freaking people in the last 2.5 years. Let me tell you, this ain't the first tech challenge.
All right, so I don't even know where we left off on that one. But,
you were just diving into your journey. It went into remission. Take it from there.
okay, yeah. So by the grace of God, my husband is in remission and cancer free. But through that whole entire journey, and it was a very tumultuous journey of just ups and downs and not knowing what was going to happen and really not knowing a lot about anything as far as the medical industry goes, and doctors couldn't tell us much. So I started really researching a lot on my own, and I dove into personal development, and I dove into researching what causes cancer, what causes toxic overload, what causes our bodies to stop functioning the way they were designed to function, and then all of a sudden they harbor disease. And how can I help, at the time, my husband not get this cancer again, and how can I in turn help others reduce the chances of them getting cancer or any other disease? And I mean, I stumbled into so many things throughout that journey, but that's how I actually discovered my true passion of helping others and discovering what it means to actually live a non-toxic, healthy life, and how I can spread that word to other people and help them do the same.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Julie, I love it. And I just I'm so grateful for you being there with your husband along the journey to, find solutions, to find holistic ways to heal, to, stay in great health. There's there's so much information out there. It's just, it can be hard to sort through and sift through to be able to find what works for us and the solutions that are out there that really make the biggest difference, So I'm grateful that you've gone on the journey and we get to share with our audience today how they can really start becoming aware of how to create more health and wellness in their own lives.
Yes, exactly. And that's really ultimately what it's about, because the funny thing is, I didn't realize at the time when we were going through all of these trials and tribulations, we have a lot of control over our overall health. But sometimes, especially here in Western America, Western culture, we tend to take whatever the doctors tell us at face value. And I'm not saying don't trust your doctor, go to doctors, yes, but do some research as well, and know that just because they say something doesn't mean it's the end all be all and there's no other option. There's lots of other options out there, and the fact that about 70% of our overall health is from nutrition and what we eat and what we put on our bodies, what we absorb. 20% of our overall health comes from our activity level, obviously working out, sweating, we need to sweat, but about 10% is genetic. So really, when in reality, we have 90% control over our health. And that's really empowering. Is it scary at times? Yes, because sometimes you're like, oh shoot, what am I doing?
Did I make a wrong turn somewhere?
It could be a wake-up call, but it's, for most, and for many, it's a really good wake-up call to realize that, instead of just treating the symptoms, which a lot of times people do, especially here in America, we want to get to the underlying issue and what's causing that and help to prevent disease before it starts.
Yeah, it's resolve it permanently, resolve it so it doesn't come back, resolve it so it never happens in the first place. How do we get to that place versus just covering things up and constantly putting Band-Aids on? And, I think that the pharmaceutical and pills and just taking pills to cover up other pills symptoms, to cover up those. And it's just it's one endless rabbit hole of non-wellness and just covering things up versus really taking a holistic approach. And I love that you're focused on the diet and the lifestyle choices, because we're so empowered when we recognize that we have the choice over how we consume things, what we consume, when we consume them. We're really in control of that. We're empowered by that.
Yes, it's time to take preventative care as opposed to corrective care. And like you said, it's we have the power, we have the control. And I think that's incredible. It's amazing. So my goal is to help others learn about this because I didn't know this at the time until my husband got sick. And I was like, oh, shoot. Okay.
Right.
And it was really amazing. I want other people to feel just as amazing as I feel now because everybody deserves to feel their best, to look their best, to step into their greatness and to live the best life that they were put here on earth for. And, if you don't have the tools, well, that's why I'm here. I can help you with the tools. So.
I love it. I love it. So what are like some common things that people are not being effective at controlling and being responsible for and being empowered, making healthy, holistic decisions in their life? Where might some people be making some mistakes?
Well, a lot of it has to do with just not being educated and not knowing the knowledge. Because, like I said, I didn't really understand a lot of it either. So when it comes to nutrition, I didn't really get the fact that if your nutrient intake isn't actually functioning properly, like if your gut is not able to take the nutrients that you're putting in your body and know what to do with them, then you're not really absorbing anything that your body can use. So therefore, you're losing all those nutrients from anything you're eating. And obviously, if you're not eating fruits and veggies, I know we all got to eat our fruits and veggies, like mom and dad said. But if you're not eating whole, balanced meals with like real food and not processed food, that stuff, it's not food, you guys.
Nope.
It doesn't serve the body. So, it's all about really making a smarter choice and learning about the harmful effects of a lot of personal care products that people do not understand that causes a lot of problems. Anything you put on your skin, that's getting absorbed into your bloodstream. What is our largest organ?
Our skin.
Exactly. And so people forget that. And think about it. Your shampoo, conditioner, toothpaste, for women, the makeup, cosmetics, lotion, skincare, body care, everything you're putting on your body. Our bodies are a machine. They were created and designed to function, to expel toxins, to take in nutrients and use it as fuel to power us, to keep us going, right?
Right.
Well, if we inhibit that, if our body doesn't know what to do with what we're putting in it, and things come to a halt, and it's like, whoa, wait a minute, I don't know what that is. Okay, and it stores up these toxins, creating disease, inflammation, bloating, excess weight gain, stuff like that, fatigue. A lot of autoimmune disorders are caused by poor nutrition, and a lot of people just think, oh, I just have to live with this, and there's nothing I can do other than just take these pills. When in reality, it's really about look at your diet and look at what you're consuming on a daily basis, and also look at what you're using on a daily basis. And what I do is I look at people's day-to-day life activity, and we have an amazing 30-day program that helps people uncover food sensitivities, allergies, and we reduce the inflammation and the acidity in the body to create a naturally pH balance and alkaline state, because the body needs to be alkaline, right? In order to ward off disease, we don't want acidity. So I help people get through this 30 days. We call it 30 days to healthy living and beyond, because we're all about a lifestyle change. This is not about fad diets. You going on a diet isn't really going to do anything for your body other than probably spike up your levels and make you a little bit hangry. I don't know.
So it's more of like a permanent change and awareness, really, of what does my body need to function at my optimal, at my highest level. Some people are, I love that we're talking about like covering things up, and you might just say, oh, well, I'm not taking any pills. I'm healthy. It's like, well, are you using coffee and energy drinks and things like that all the time to keep your energy up? Are you like naturally energized and, you wake up when the sun comes up and you go to sleep or around the time it goes down, relatively, is your circadian rhythm and all that great stuff, is that aligned? Or, where are we at with that stuff? And I think it's really important for people to be like real with themselves and like investigate that. And if things aren't going how you want them to, then contact Julie, talk to her, say like, hey, I want to get into the best shape, the best health, the best wellness of my life. How do I do that? How do I do this 30-day challenge and become aware and really grow myself, empower myself?
Yes, I love that's exactly what it's about, growing and empowering yourself. Because when we're functioning at our best, we can provide our best to others. And I think that's what it's all about here on earth, is to help each other be our best selves. And that's what I love about what I do is I get to help others become their best selves, similar to like what you do. You help people like live out their greatness, and that's awesome.
That's right. Well, so everyone has like different vehicles to do it, and I know that your vehicle of serving people and providing great nutrition and things like that, it's attached with a compensation plan. It's attached with like education, personal development. I'm sure that was a big part of your journey too, and like helping you grow into your best version and be able to serve more people, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. Because I mean, as far as like we're talking about money, right?
Hmm.
And how money can provide a lot of freedom. It can provide a lot of things, great things and not so great things, depending on what you do with it,
That's
right?
right.
But for me, when my husband got sick, we didn't have a plan B. You know, I was
Mm,
working full time in the hospitality industry. I
mm,
couldn't just take time off and be like, okay, see, I gotta go take 6 months off to take care of my husband. Like if I stopped, well, the bills weren't going to stop coming,
right.
right? I needed income.
Yeah.
So my whole thing is when I aligned myself with the company that I'm with, I fell in love with the fact that not only do I get to empower myself
Mm,
and help empower others, but I can also make residual income and I can build
beautiful.
a business alongside my day-to-day life. I can help others. I can grow it as big as I want, and I can step away if I need to when impact happens. Because you know what, guys, impact is going to happen.
Mm,
Doesn't matter what you're doing, who you are, where you are. It's going to happen in life.
mm,
So, what are you doing to prepare for that?
wow.
Because I wasn't prepared, and boy, it was not fun. Digging out of that, it was not fun. And I don't want anybody to go through that again. So you
Mm,
got to set yourself up in life and
yeah.
take those necessary steps. And if what I do aligns with your mission and your values and your work ethic, and you want to strive to be your best through something that I do, then yeah, join me. Are you kidding me? It's like the best thing I've ever found in my life. So
I love it. I love it. You know, and it's true because like when we find that sweet spot, when we find the vehicle, the thing, the passion, the purpose, sharing our story, our journey, our breakthroughs, like when we find that, it's so fulfilling, it's so freeing. And I think that the big part of an opportunity like this is like you said, it doesn't require leaving your job right away or like huge hundred like what is it? I think to buy a McDonald's today, a franchise, it's like $2 million or some crazy amount like that. And it's like how much profit do you actually make? How long does it take to actually recoup that cost? And the opportunities that people have today to find out, hey, what works for me? Where am I at in my life? What amount of time am I able to commit? What are the products and the values and things that I believe in? And how can I be supported in my lifestyle and creating more freedom, more financial freedom, more health and wellness freedom by, joining something that I believe in, a cause, a mission, a company.
exactly. That's what it's about. And I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there for people to choose from, which I think is great.
Mm,
It's fantastic that there are so many different available ideas and different
mm,
companies. And I mean, I'm with a company called Arbonne,
yeah,
and we're vegan certified, botanically based, all natural, best stuff on earth, in my opinion, of
yeah,
course. But if you love to learn about how to be your best self through healthy living and non-toxic living, then
mm,
this is definitely something you should take a look at. And that's what I do. I just help people figure it out. If they want to join me, great. If they don't, that's okay. I'm giving you the knowledge, and it's up to the individual to decide what they do with it.
mm. Yeah, I love it. I love it. I know team building is a big part of the industry that you're in as well. Tell us more about your philosophy and the importance of team building, of culture and coaching, mentoring. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Okay, I absolutely love team building. So I was a cheerleader for a long time too. So I'm all about like,
Really? That's awesome. That's awesome.
but in a lot of workplaces nowadays, there really is no such thing as teamwork. It's
Mm,
everyone's out for themselves, and you got to climb that ladder and fight your way to the top. And
yeah.
with this industry that I'm in, it is the complete opposite of that. Like
Wow.
it is the best culture of just like game changers, man.
Mm,
Like trailblazers, people who are passionate and on fire to help others become successful. And like in turn, when you help others become successful, you become successful by default. It's like that quote that John Maxwell always says, that success is when we add value to ourselves, but significance is when we add value to others. That's what this type of industry is. It's about significance. And yes, it's about products, and we have amazing products, but it's about the people first. And it's about helping change lives for the better, creating a positive impact on the world. And we get to do that together because, yeah, you're in business for yourself, but you're never by yourself. And you always have support. You have so much. Like, it's just amazing. It's the culture is spectacular. I can't talk enough about it. I can
That's
go on.
amazing. That's amazing. I love it. What ways did you see that you were blessed to grow through being a better leader? What did you notice? Like, hey, I got these things to work on. I really got to step into this aspect or characteristic in my own personal leadership growth. What did you notice about yourself along the journey?
Oh, I learned a lot about myself because I had never done this before. I had never stepped into this type of industry. And I didn't really know how to be a leader, or even if I could be one. I was like, I don't know, I'm just going to go for it.
Yep.
And there were a lot of speed bumps, but that's okay. That's how you grow. You got to grow and live and keep going. But for me, it was really the personal development aspect of diving into awesome books that really help shape your mindset, because it is all about your mindset and positive affirmations. And when I first heard affirmations, I was like, oh yeah, whatever, like you say that in your mirror, whatever. And now I'm obsessed with them, and I have apps on my phone. I'm listening to myself recording them and stuff. It truly helps your brain function. You become a happier person. You become a more positive person when you surround yourself with positivity and people of like-minded nature. It's just a fact.
Yeah.
And for me, it was really like making that mind shift into creating the life that I wanted, because I could see it over here and I was like, I want that. How do I get there? And stepping in to those like areas, especially with leadership, like learning, okay, to be a great leader, well, I got to walk the walk, I don't want to be a boss. Being a boss is more, managing people. I don't want to do that. I want to walk the walk. I want to show people how it's done, why it's done, and I want to bring them with me.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's not like telling people what to do, but it's like really being there with them, leading out in front. And also, like, I love how you said you have these apps, you read the books, you're doing the work on yourself, because your team, in my opinion, and maybe you found the same thing, your team duplicates what you do. It's like the speed of the leader determines the speed of the pack, quote unquote. It's a common phrase that, and I just think that when you are growing yourself and you're committed, you're setting a great example for the culture and the organization wherever you're at, whatever company you're in, whatever, type of leadership or vehicle or whatever, like you influence the people around you.
Oh, 100%. And those people influence you too.
Yeah.
And that's why you do have, you got to be careful. You got to surround yourself with people that want to make you better. That's where you got like the sweet spot. You got to find that sweet spot. You got to find those people that are like-minded, that are passionate, and that have the same drive and are willing to go for it and do it. And then it's great when you all start rising together, because it's so fun to be in that together with other people. Like there's nothing else like it. The vibrations are just insane. Like I believe in vibrations and people's energy and all that. And when you get in a room with people like yourself, I can feel your energy even through the computer, which is rad. When you get in a room with those people, it's just like, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah.
And it's exciting. It's not a job. It's I'm helping people. I'm spreading an amazing mission.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like an adventure. Like we're going on this adventure together. Let's go. I love it. So like being around the right people is essential to success. For people who are surrounded by people that aren't so great in terms of influence in their life, how do you recommend that they get around better people who have more health and wellness and wealthiness and a better mindset?
Yeah, that was actually something I personally struggled with. Being in the industry I was prior, in the hospitality industry, there were some people that I was like, ooh, I don't think they lift me up. They don't really serve me right now. They don't serve my being. They don't serve my energy. And I had to reevaluate a lot of things. So I encourage everybody to just kind of take a look at like the 5 closest people that are in your life. And hey, are they positive? Are they supportive of you? Do they lift you up and encourage you when you have new ideas and you get excited about something? Are they loving and kind-hearted? Are they driven too? And are they passionate about something? And if you have yeses to all those, then awesome. Keep them around. Like, I'm not saying cut people out of your life if they don't have all those,
chop,
but
chop, chop, but.
but you can dictate your time a little bit more.
Yeah.
It's okay to say no to things. I've learned that too. It's okay to say no to things that aren't going to serve you at this time in your life.
Right.
We're not saying, oh, you can't ever come back to that. But right now, if it doesn't serve you where you're trying to go or where you are right now, say no to it.
And it's like boundaries, I think a lot of people, we've been conditioned to people please and like make other people happy and put other people first. I know moms especially have that tendency where they like are putting their family and their community and their kids first before their own, needs. And I think it's super important that we first love ourselves and like take care of ourselves and put our own boundaries in place. And if that means telling, friends or loved ones or whatever, like, hey, I can't spend as much time with you. I love you. Like, let's get together once a week, once a month, once a year, whatever the, boundary is that's effective. There's family members that some people have that you can only see once a year at Christmas, like, because seeing them more often than that is like too toxic. It's too damaging. It's too like, it steals your energy, your joy, your thunder, your momentum, like all of it. So like, be relentless, be rigorous with putting those in place so that you can really maintain your own energy and your own well-being and surround yourself with people who lift you up.
Exactly, because you have to protect yourself. You have to protect your joy. You have to protect that. Protect your vision. It's almost like you got to put blinders on sometimes, especially if you're going for something really big. Like a lot of my clients who are doing the health journey, it's 30 days. It's, it's not forever, but I'm like, you got to sometimes put those blinders on and just commit to it and focus on it. And you might have to give up Taco Tuesday for, a little bit, but it's okay. You'll get through it. And people that are going to be there cheering you on are the people that you want around you.
It's interesting because I love that you said the Taco Tuesday thing, because I'm like, you got to give it up, but you could still like go there and hang out. But I'm like, wait a second, why would you go hang out in that environment? Like, there's typically like, okay, there's friends, but you can take your friends to a better environment, more high vibe. You can bring books, discuss those. You can, do things that are go to a leadership conference, go to a meetup, go to a networking event with your friends. And if those people aren't willing to do those kinds of things with you, or even if it's, going hiking or going and playing sports or whatever, right? If people aren't willing to do productive, like co-creative activities with you that leave people better off and more empowered than before they went to it, like, then you probably shouldn't be doing it. I mean, everything in moderation, right? But like, I just thought about it. I'm like, wait, you probably wouldn't do the Taco Tuesday if it's not good for you. And there's probably not productive, good, empowering conversations that go on there. Typically, most likely it's going to be gossip. Most likely, think about the food, right? Taco Tuesday food, it's greasy, it's heavy, it's like weighs you down. So like, it's that energy of lethargy, of disempowerment, of bringing you down, lowering the vibe. So it's like, think about that and where that might be showing up in someone's life.
I love how you just said that about food and how it weighs you down when it's like that, because that's really what we teach people is the difference between food and your relationship with food, and how it is very emotional for a lot of us as humans. Food is a big part of our life, and it's have memories associated with certain meals and certain foods, and it gets nostalgic at times. And we're not, that's always good when you have like a positive memory, on Thanksgiving or Christmas. That's great, enjoy those. But when it becomes a habit in a bad forming way, where you might be eating the foods that weigh you down, that are greasy and toxic and just not good for your overall health, that's when you're like, okay, I need to reevaluate my relationship here with food and see, what serves me over here and really what doesn't, and what is my ultimate goal? What do I want? What do I want for my body? What do I want for my mind?
Julie, this is gold. It's great stuff. What are you learning about right now to keep yourself, growing in terms of like health and wellness and like focusing on like providing your body with better nutrition? What recently have you been learning or diving into that you feel is making a difference for you, and what you're sharing with your clients and your team and different things like that around nutrition and health and wellness? What have you been discovering?
Recently, I've actually been kind of pairing yoga
Yeah.
and nutrition together,
Ooh.
and how the body functions better, obviously, when you feed yourself properly. And I'm saying more plant-based diet. I've really been diving into more plant-based
Yep.
vegan diets, and I'm not a vegan, but I'm more plant-based, vegetarian, eat a little bit of fish here and there.
Hmm.
But I really have been interested in to find out how plants really serve the body. And I've learned a lot about just us as human beings, how we were actually created, and our even the way our jaws are formed, say from a dog who eats meat, and you look at their jaws and their teeth and the way they were designed to tear meat. Our jaws were not created that way. So I find it very interesting to think, maybe we weren't designed to even be meat eaters.
Mm.
And I was looking into yoga and how plants play a big part in a lot of yoga studios, I've noticed, and I've been to quite a few, and I love the energy of plants.
Yeah.
Because they do have an energy, and it just makes the room more pure, I feel
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and just stable.
Mm.
And especially when you're fueling yourself with proper plant nutrition. And then if you go and you have like an amazing yoga session with like great breathing and like even like restorative or gentle yoga, like you'd be so surprised how spectacular your body feels. Even if you didn't like work up a really great sweat, you feel like, wow, I just worked out, but I'm not drenched. But I'm like, holy cow, like that was intense. Like it's a mind set thing. I don't know. It's crazy. I'm definitely diving into that, and I'm in the infancy of diving into this
I
right
love
now.
it. I love it.
It's really cool to see the
Yeah.
correlation of those two.
Yeah, and I think what comes to my mind is like feeling connected to your cells, right? Like every cell in your body feeling alive, feeling vibrant, feeling full of energy after like a yoga session like that. Like it doesn't have to be like this super hard push yourself to the limits and like, breaking your back, doing crazy poses. It doesn't have to be that, right? Some people love it. I'm cool with that, but it doesn't have to be that. And I think it's just really being intentional about reconnecting with our body. And that's like one of the greatest things that we can do to generate more energy, to feel more peace, feel more happiness, more joy. It's awesome.
Yeah, because when you take care of your body, like what we're saying, when you take care of your gut, really is what it comes down to. Is
Yeah.
80% of our immune system is formed in the gut.
Wow.
You know that 80% of serotonin is produced in our gut. So that's huge. People do not understand that because you think a lot of the time serotonin only comes from the brain, but it doesn't. And so when you have a happy, healthy gut, what do you think you're going to have? You're going to have a happy, healthy mind,
Wow.
spirit, body. So really, like what you're fueling yourself with definitely dictates how you feel.
Wow.
And your energy. I think it dictates a lot of our vibration levels too. You vibrate higher when you're feeling great, right? And you're like, oh, I fueled myself so well. I'm great. Like I went to Taco Tuesday, and oh man, I just want to sit now on the couch and like binge. It does. It definitely plays a part in how we feel every day.
So I love this aspect of like our gut. I want to dive into that more because I know you mentioned it even at the beginning. How do we know if we are like if we have a healthy gut? How do we know what to put in our gut to create health and aliveness and vibrancy?
Well, that's what I actually do. I help people through a toolkit. This is what I like to call it. I give you the toolkit.
Yeah.
All you got to put the work in, but I provide you with the tools. So we're talking about, like I said, plant-based nutrition, alkaline forming foods and drinks. So stay away from those sodas. Coffee can be acidic depending on what you do with it.
Yeah.
There's coffee, there's bad coffee. So, we'll talk about that more hurry up about the coffee. But really, you need to find a great probiotic, live enzymes, get that gut health and that gut flora back on track and heal it. You got to heal the gut from within. And it all starts with what you're putting in your mouth. And that's really where it is. So I teach people what to avoid. We're gonna cut out these allergenic and acidic foods and drinks. We're gonna let the body kind of take a break Our liver does over 500 functions. It's insane. It's like the workhorse of our body. And if we don't supply the right nutrients for it to do its job best, it's like overload. What do? So we give our eliminating organs kind of a reset. It's like, let's put the pause button here. We're going to cut out all this stuff that doesn't serve us. We're going to start implementing better nutrition that our body can absorb and our gut can actually utilize. And we're going to help our gut heal. And then after our 30 days, we're going to see, okay, where am I at? What served me? What didn't? What did I learn about myself? And what do I want to do moving forward now?
Wow. So that's beautiful. So is there like check-ins of someone's mood or emotions and things like that throughout the process? Or like, how do they know what foods affect them in what ways?
So that's a great question. So we have, what I do is I have a 30 days to healthy living program guide. So you get a full nutrition guide of what we're going to do, how we're going to do it. Obviously, I'm going to be your coach. I jump on the phone with you. We go through A, what you're experiencing right now, B, what you don't want to experience anymore, and C, what your ultimate goal is in your overall health and wellness journey. Like, what are you striving to be right now? What are you striving to get to? And then we set up a plan. So some people, they can achieve their goal in 30 days. And I'm like, that's awesome. Others, it could be 90 days. It could be a little bit more intense depending on what they're experiencing. And we provide, I've got recipes. So you get weekly recipes. I learned a lot about cooking through this program, which was super fun. And I never was a really great cook until I found all this. And I was like, oh, this is cool. So you get weekly recipes, online support through a private Facebook group with tons of tips, some workouts if you like. We encourage you to slow down on the workouts when you first start this because your body is going to go through a detoxification. So you're going to be a little wonky for like the first week. So we balance it all out. So, but you can work out. Just we recommend you stay away from don't go run a 10K, like tune that down a little bit. But we'll do weekly check-ins. I actually check in with my clients every other day.
Beautiful.
So you're going to be hearing a lot from me. I'm going to be there like, hey, how's it going? What's going on? So I'm there to provide support. And a lot of my clients actually send me what they eat on a day-to-day basis. And they'll say, hey, you know what? I feel like this after I ate this. And then we'll look at, okay, well, how many meals did you have? What did you actually eat before that? What are you drinking? Are you having enough water? Like, give me a rundown of your whole day. And then we're going to kind of pick it apart and see, okay, maybe that's where you should ease up on this, on X, Y, and Z. And we tweak it because every person is different. Every body's different. So this isn't like a one size fits all. We help educate you and we're there with you like the whole way. So I'm your partner pretty much throughout the whole journey.
That's awesome. Awesome. I love this. This is powerful because I love the recipes. I love the support. I love the accountability. I love, check-ins whenever people really want, whenever people can feel like sharing what's going on with them. And especially they want that support. They want to keep you in the loop. They want to be able to get the most out of the 30-day challenge. Like they have you like right there with them. You have their back, making sure that they're taking one step at a time. Like that's the biggest thing. I also heard you say like detoxing. What does this system relate with cleansing? And is it cleansing? Is it like, because I hear about detoxes and cleanses and fasts, water fasts, like all these different things. Like how does this relate to those things?
So we like to your body is going to go through a detox whenever you're cutting things out and implementing a new nutrition plan, right? But we're not designed to like detox the whole body in like 5 days and only drink juice, none of that. We focus on whole foods. Okay. And naturally your eliminating organs are going to finally know what to do when you start fueling yourself properly. So they're going to be eliminating those toxins and detoxing the way they should be the whole time. So when I say detox, I'm not talking about one of those juice cleanses or anything. We eat real food. We eat food that serves the body, and then it gives your body the chance to actually function as optimal best, allowing the eliminating organs to detox naturally. So when you detox naturally, it's not as intense as say when you're doing some of those other diets or fads where you feel like crap for like a long time. You might go through a little up and down over the first week while you're getting adjusted, but after that first week, man, you'd be surprised how amazing your body feels
Wow.
because you're letting your organs do their job.
That's so powerful. I was just talking to someone today on the marathon about like if you do a water fast, and let's say for someone who's like super unhealthy and eating all kinds of stuff like that, let's say they do a 3 day water fast, like that 3 day fast would create so much toxins. It would release so much toxins. Their body would be what is it? Catabolizing somewhere like that, like it'd be eating its own cells, so to speak, for fuel and releasing those toxins in the body to the point where it could like make them super sick, so to have a process like this where it's like natural foods and the best foods for these digestive and toxin cleansing organs and detoxing organs to be able to function normally and properly, it sounds like the safest way to be able to go about it. And it's like the lifestyle change. It's long term. It's not just, oh, it's a fad, but it's like something you can keep doing for the rest of your life to create optimal energy and wellness and vitality.
Yeah, exactly. And we partner up with a lot of naturopath doctors as well, and nutritionists and holistic doctors. Some of our nutrition products have been tested by the Mayo Clinic as well. So we've got lots of awesome science that back our results and that back the actual facts that it works when you fuel the body the right way with pure, safe, and beneficial products. Your body knows what to do. So then you feel better, you look better, and you want to share it with other people because why not, right?
I love it. And speaking of sharing your story, I know that's a big part of like anyone's journey. It's like to be able to master your story and share it in a big way and impact a lot of people. Julie, when did it become important for you to share your story with the world, to inspire people to, help them like change, help them become their best selves, their healthiest selves, their most alive selves?
I think for me, it was after my husband's stem cell transplant. So he had 20 rounds of chemo, high dose chemotherapy, and then we had a stem cell transplant, and that was even more chemotherapy. It's extremely intense. It's horrific on the body. It's obviously not kind to any of our organs, and a lot of things just were bad. and I never want to see the pain that my husband had to go through. I never want to see that happen to anybody else. And the thing that really, really affected me the most was after all that was over and I saw what all these treatments did to his body. They're supposed to be, curing the cancer and getting rid of killing the cancer, but in turn they're killing all of his healthy cells and they're destroying not only his skin, but your liver, his heart, and now he's prone to secondary cancers because chemotherapy causes cancer. And that was a big wake up call. I was like, holy cow. So the stuff that's supposed to be helping him is actually hurting him. And now I'm like, what do I do? Like my hands are tied. I feel like, oh my goodness. So when I stumbled into Arbonne, I originally stumbled into the products because I was looking for safe products that didn't contain harmful carcinogens like benzene and mineral oil or nasty animal byproducts that cause a lot of inflammation, disease, and some cancers. I mean, let's face it, there are facts out there. The FDA does not really regulate any of these products that are on the market today on your everyday store shelves. So when I started diving into that, I was like, ooh, okay, I like what I hear and I like this. I like this company. I like what they stand for. I'm going to try these products. They've got to be better than what the doctors are prescribing, all these pills and medications and steroid creams and stuff that wasn't working. And so I started my husband on the skincare and body care, and it helped heal his skin. I mean, his skin was pretty much burned from the extreme chemotherapy, and it looked like he was like molting. It was insane, like red hives, and just, it was awful, painful, very painful. So through that, I then found the nutrition side, and that's when I was like, oh, game changer right now. Hold on. I started him on that, and within 6 months, he was off all medication completely.
Dang.
And his blood work was 100% normal. Like all of his organs were functioning above average, and his doctors were like, "What the heck happened? Like you just had brain cancer, and all this stuff happened, and now what are you doing?" And I'm like, "It's lifestyle change, really. That's what it's about. It's about healing the body through what we put in and on our skin and in our mouths, and just helping our body do what it's supposed to do. And now I'm not saying that any of this will cure any disease, because that's not what I'm trying to say, but it can definitely help diminish some side effects from things maybe, and help you feel all around better about yourself.
Yeah. Wow. I just so appreciate like the testimony of what it did for your husband, and that's why I asked you about your story, because like you're sharing your story from a place of, I know what it's like. And when you come from that place of like conviction and determination and like whatever it takes, that's what persuades people to say, oh my gosh, like there's a better way. But if someone's like lukewarm about their story or their journey, it's like, it kind of broke through some stuff. It doesn't inspire anyone.
Exactly.
It's like we gotta really master that. So now you're at the phase of really sharing on bigger and bigger platforms, social media, doing interviews. It's awesome. Where do you see yourself in the next couple of years? What are you most excited to achieve and go
I'm
and
so
be?
excited. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's great.
Well, my husband and I want to start a nonprofit and to help cancer survivors and caretakers, because a lot of that information during our journey just wasn't provided, and it's very hard to access sometimes, especially when you're caught in the thick of it, and it's like, where's the support? And you're shuffled here and there, and this doctor and that doctor, talk to this person, and I'm like, whoa, what's happening? So our goal is to start a nonprofit to help as many people as we can going through this type of traumatic event, and to provide them support and tools and education and knowledge about everyday things that could just make that journey through that hardship a little bit easier. So in 5 years, that's our goal. My goal is to be a 6-figure income earner with my business, because the more money I make, that means the more people I've helped. And that's what I want to do. I want to help as many people as I possibly can, and then give back. And I want to go back to Africa. That's one of my goals too. I love Africa, and I want to go back and do as much as I can there.
What's the best part for you about making such a big impact on people and like changing people's lives?
Just seeing what it's done for them individually. Like when a client calls me and tells me, "Oh my gosh, I feel so great. I lost 5 pounds, or I lost 15, whatever it may be. Like, oh, my skin looks better. I woke up and I didn't have to have coffee. I woke up and I felt good."
Yeah.
That brings me so much joy, because I believe my purpose in life is to serve others. And so when I'm seeing other people served through something that I've been able to help them with, it's like, there's no better feeling than that.
That's amazing. Yeah, I think that when we put other people's challenges in front of us and like serve them and help them heal those and resolve those and create solutions to those, like we create so much joy for us. And it's like, it's almost it's like a paradox, so to speak. It's unconventional. Like, who would think that just by putting our focus on others and serving them, like that we would get what we would want and we would be fulfilled. And it's like Zig Ziglar says, if you help enough other people get what they want, then you can have anything that you want.
Yeah, and I think that through serving others, you end up finding your purpose.
Yeah, it's true.
And that's really what it comes down to. I believe that we are all put here on earth for a reason, and we all have a purpose. Yeah. And you're not going to discover what that truly is, what truly like drives you forward and sets you on fire, until you start giving back and serving others.
Wow. How can people start giving back today with where they're at? What would you recommend that they can start doing? You mentioned you've been to Africa. I'm sure that might be a little bit of a leap for people.
I love, the best thing you can do is start obviously with yourself.
Yeah.
Reflect on yourself and where your struggles are, where you're confident at, where your strengths are, and really get down to the why. Okay, why am I here? What do I see myself being in 5 years? Where do I want to be next month? Where do I want to be in 2 years? Really get clear on your vision and on your mission, your individual mission for you and for others. And once you start kind of diving into personal development, then things start happening where opportunities arise, where all of a sudden you're like, oh, I can go help that person, or I can give back with this, whether it be through, like, I know you were mentioning, like through meetup groups and stuff. That's a great way to go get involved with other people, especially in your community locally, learn about other people, see what their needs are, and see if you can fulfill those needs for them and help them in some way. I mean, local churches, of course, are great. There's tons of opportunities there.
Yep.
And but honestly, it really starts from looking into self-reflection first and discovering like who you want to be and what your actual vision is for your life. Like
Yeah.
map out your future until you have it like clear, like vision board the crap out of your house. Put it every once you start seeing that every day, then it starts to manifest.
Yeah.
And it's true.
Yeah.
It sounds so hokey, but it's totally true.
It is. It is. It's true. And, I love how you said, like, get involved with your community locally. And this last weekend, I live in Las Vegas. So I went out to northern Las Vegas where there's homeless and people who are less fortunate. And we were like handing out waters, like I think like 7 or 8 people come out and just hand out waters it was like 110 degrees. And we had people handing out waters to like people who are hot, and it like doesn't have to be anything big, it doesn't have to be this big orchestration. It can just be, going and volunteering at a homeless shelter, going and volunteering at a animal shelter. I love how you said, reflect on what your gifts are, what you love, what you're passionate about. Maybe you want to like impact the stray animal population. Like that's your cause, that's your purpose, that's where your heart lies. Then do that. If that's important to you, then do that. Maybe it's the environment. Go find out how you can pick up trash or whatever in your forest, local natural preserves or whatever it might be. Like go find out how you can serve locally and just find out what moves you and just show up. And don't ever think that it's not big enough, because that's something that I really struggled with in the beginning, is like, oh, what difference does it make? What difference do I make? But every step makes a difference. Every action, every behavior makes a difference.
100%. Kindness makes a huge difference. Just smiling at someone, saying hi, how's it going?
Yeah.
How's your day?
Mm.
That small thing can make such a huge impact on someone's life. When I was in the thick of it with my husband, somebody just being kind to me I felt like all the weight was lifted, even if it was only for like a second. It was like, oh yeah, hi, like thank you. Like it was just kind.
Mm.
And you don't realize what people are going through. And so I mean, in my opinion, kindness is golden. You just be kind to everybody.
Yeah. Mm. So good, Julie. I love this. So, in terms of final piece of wisdom, is there anything around health and wellness, really creating more vitality? Anything else that we haven't yet touched on? I mean, we went all over in this conversation. It was epic. It was powerful. It was great. I've had a blast. But is there anything that we haven't touched yet?
I think really just stepping into your greatness.
Mm.
It's going to take time. It's going to take consistency.
Yep.
It's going to take hard work, and you're going to have obstacles. But the thing is, it's all about like your mindset. Like you've got to start training yourself to see those obstacles as opportunity.
Yep.
And really turn those negative things around that are going to happen in your life, because they're going to happen anyway. So how are you going to respond to them? And it's like greatness is just on the other side of growth.
Mm.
And when you grow, you're living. And when you grow, like I said, you're going to go through hardships. But then it's on the other side of those hardships is when you can really look back and reflect and say, wow, look at all that just happened. And look at what I just did. And look at all the people that I helped and I impacted through all that, through that journey. And I mean, I think that's what true greatness is. It's creating a life of significance. And how do we do that? By helping others.
That's right. Julie, you are on fire, girl. I know our audience wants to stay connected. They want to take the next steps. They want to find out more about this challenge. They want to know what they can do with you. How do they take those next steps with you, Julie?
Yes. Instagram is honestly the best way to get a hold of me right now.
Love it.
At Julie M. Harris 02. Pretty easy. I've got all the information on there, but DM me. Yep. Definitely. That's super easy. And then you can always email me at juliemharrisarbon@gmail.com. And I think you're going to put all that up there too. So,
That's right. That's right. Well, I love it. So it's Julie M. Harris02. That's your Instagram. And then they can also go to juliemharris.arbonne.com and check out your site. And yeah, just get in contact with Julie. If you have any questions, if you want to share your biggest takeaways, like let her know what was most valuable about this. Because I think it's always valuable to hear like what resonates with us and share that with other people. And I'm all about like building connections, building conversations, community, like relationships. And I know that you're that type of person too. So anyone who contacts you will definitely feel that loving, welcoming spirit from you, Julie. And you're such a freaking powerhouse. I'm so proud of you. Keep up the amazing creation. Keep sharing your heart, your story, your journey. It's super powerful.
I will. Thank you so much for having me. I'm blessed to be here. It's been an honor. And I look forward to many more.
Yes, I love it. Have the best day ever, Julie. We'll see you soon, okay?
Thank you. Good night.